Kendall O'Brien on the E! True Hollywood Story. Tonight we are interviewing Ismene, Zeus, and Creon. So, Creon, we know you despise Antigone. Could you perhaps give us some insight as to why you feel that way?
Well, first off, her brother, Polynices, led an attack on this city, my city, disgracing her family name. I couldn't allow that man to have an equal burial as his heroine brother, Edicles, whom much I admired, who defended this city with his life. I declared the law of leaving Polynices' body unburied so that his soul would suffer. Anyone to break this law was to be stoned in public. Antigone decided she could break this law and go against me and my power. Why should I have any reason to like her?
Sure. So, Zeus, how do you feel about Antigone?
Well, I adored Antigone. I thought she was a very brave girl. I personally would not have persecuted her. She did what was right. And the law of the gods surpasses the nominal laws of men. And Creon went against the will of the gods by persecuting her.
Yes. Ismene, tell us how your sister truly was.
Well, she was a very good sister and always tried to do what was right. She was only doing what was right by burying her brother. However, unjust laws prevented her and caused her death. However, she was very stubborn and very headstrong as well.
That's it for now, but when we return, there's more about Antigone.
Steph, what do you think about Antigone as a person?
No, stop, I'm not answering that. This is such an awkward question. No.
As a person?
Yeah.
She's very respectable. Good woman. Many virtues.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a very honorable person.
I know, right?
What up, Hub?
It was very beautiful. Wait, was that in it?
Yeah.
And what did you do? I jumped over. I believed her morals were correct when she wanted to bury Polynices, but she got persecuted for the wrong reasons. Really.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
What do you think about Antigone as a person?
It's great.
You have to answer like for real.
It's good. I like it.
Welcome back to E! True Hollywood Stories. We are here in ancient Greece interviewing Ismene, Zeus, and Creon. Now back to the questions. So, Creon, is the way Antigone sees herself the way she is perceived by others?
Well, Antigone saw herself as someone that could change the world if she wished so. She thought of herself as being above the law and above me. She disregarded my law in order to fulfill her values for her family. In the beginning, I know everyone thought the same as I did, that she was foolish and irrational, as did I. Yet, as her values were put up against mine, the people started to commiserate with her. Only after I heard the prophecy given to me by Tiresias did I consider looking at it from another perspective.
So, Zeus, how would you compare and contrast Ismene and Antigone?
Well, Antigone was a very outgoing and charismatic girl. She always did what she knew was right, but sometimes it could get her into trouble. Ismene, on the other hand, was much more passive than her. You know, she always meant to do the right thing, as Antigone did. She could never push herself to actually do it.
Yes. And for all of you, Antigone assumed her fate was to die in jail, and therefore killed herself. The question is that if characters were not aware of their own supposed fate, would it be fulfilled? Or in other words, do you think Antigone was meant to die?
No, I do not believe she was meant to die. She was following the laws of God and doing what was right. However, unjust laws prevented her from doing so. I wish I had the courage to do what Antigone did. However, I could not, and Antigone was great.
Well, I disagree. I feel fate is something inescapable, and it is something that is decided by the gods, above the power of man. In no way can it be escaped. The gods do not will so.
And Zeus?
Well, the opinion of the gods here. She was doing what she knew was right, but she did know the consequences of her actions, and she had to face them. Personally, I wouldn't have persecuted Antigone, and Creon did, so he went against the will of the gods, and fate will catch up to him one day. But it was right for him.
And Zeus, may I ask, what happened to your arm?
Oh, a bit of a lightning bolt accident.
Next up, the debate between Barry and Burry.
Is that audible?
Yeah, just do that.
What are you doing?
There's blood everywhere. You think it's funny, but it's not.
Why is there blood everywhere?
I don't know.
Well, from you?
Well, you could... I wouldn't laugh.